So after what seemed like the longest 3 months in history, Albion are finally back on the pitch and are about to finish what they've started in the most unusual of circumstances. And we begin the final 9 games of the Championship season with a home game against our local rivals, but unfortunately in the most unusual circumstances. So guys, this is one of the videos I guess that we've all been waiting for, the first preview of the restart, and I mean I couldn't be more excited yet, couldn't be more nervous. This is beyond anything that we could have expected. It's more unusual than any relegation battle, any promotion battle. It's just the most unusual ending to a season ever, and the only way I suppose that we can make it a positive is if we get out of the Championship and into the Premier League where we belong. But we are back, and this is the first preview, and the first match of the 9 is at home to Birmingham City. Now, in normal circumstances, this would be a fantastic match. I've been to several matches here and at St Andrews, and the atmosphere between the two teams, sets of fans, has been amazing. Obviously, this time it's going to be a lot different. No fans at all, just technical staff and people running the ground and whatnot. But it's a temporary measure. We're going to have to just grin and bear it, and it'll just pave the way, I'm sure, for later in the year or possibly next year, that we'll be able to go back to where we belong in the stands and, continue the fun and laughter and the limbs and all that sort of stuff. But we'll just have to wait and see, guys, anyway. So this match is, again, it's really, really odd how I'm going to be able to predict this one because of all the circumstances, but I can give you a bit of an insight. So Birmingham have actually had a bit of an odd off-season, I'll call it. It's been announced that Pep Clotet, the head coach, will be leaving. I think from the start, when he took over, obviously he was Gary Monk's assistant. I think he clearly wanted to sort of test the water, really, in his managerial career, and then sort of, if he was doing okay and people were more interested higher up, then he would, go further on. So he will be leaving at the end of the season, but he's leaving Blues sort of in a steady Championship position. They're midway in the table. I can't remember exactly where, but they aren't going to be going down. They ain't going to be going up. So, he's leaving them sort of stable, really. And some of the standout players for the Blues this season, sort of like Jukovic, Harley Dean, Scott Hogan. Scott bagged quite a few for them this season, Scott Hogan. And of course, Jude Bellingham, the 16 or 17-year-old wonder kid who almost certainly will get a big money transfer at the end of the season. Again, I'm very, very wary of predicting this game, of how it's going to go, because I have no idea what team Slaven is going to put out. I don't know who's going to start, I don't know who's on the bench. Roughly, midway through a season, in a normal season, you do get a rough idea who's starting, who's not, who's whatever. But this is the most unusual circumstances ever. And if I'm being honest, I hope we never have to go through anything like this again, because it's just so odd and so unusual. But obviously Albion will be the favourites. We're in second place, just 1 point behind Leeds. And I think for the majority of fans, I think staying in the top 2 is the absolute priority. I mean, some of them will say they'll only be happy if we win the title, but I think a place in the Premier League is a lot more valuable than winning the Championship, if I'm being honest. So this game, we've got to go back to the way we were. We've got to go back to the free-flowing football, good defending. No playing from the back or anything. Nothing silly. Just going for it all guns blazing. And to be honest, they're going in with the right attitude, because Slaven has said that none of the players and none of the staff, nobody is treating it like we're already up. It ain't over until the final whistle, and until that P is by the name in the table, that's when you know you're up. So we've got to keep ourselves grounded. It's going to be strange for the players. I mean, as you may have seen in the Bundesliga, there's only been a couple of teams that have actually managed home wins this season, um, because of the lack of atmosphere and all that. But it's a totally different kettle of fish. The championship. So we'll just have to see how it goes, guys. I'm again nervous, excited, looking forward to it, and I just want it finished, and I just want to see it in the Premier League because that's what we all want, really. But it's gone on far too long now. So keep our fingers crossed, just keep our hopes up, and just keep the faith. It's gonna end well. I think it will. So we don't know how we're going to cover the game, guys. We don't know. We might just do sort of, because I'm going to be watching it, Connor's going to be watching it, we're all going to be watching it, but I don't know how we're going to be able to cover it, do a vlog. Maybe we might just do our reactions, but kind of thing. But we'll sort out something and we'll let you all know what's going to happen. So, but we'll do something. Since I don't know what the scores, the prediction is going to be, I'm going to give you the score of what I said in the last preview, because I actually did a preview for this game before the pandemic started, and before all the football was cancelled. I'll give you the prediction I gave for that game. So stay safe, and we'll see you on Saturday, guys. Take care.